Assalamu alaikum, my dear students of Standard 7. Today we start our online class from Islam and Moral Education. Our today's lesson is lesson 9 from your chapter 2, and the topic is Sahri and Iftar. Sahri. Sahri is an Arabic word and it means dawn or morning, and that derived from the word shahrun. What is Sahri? Sahri is that meal which we have in order to observe first is called Sahri. Students, in the month of Ramadan we observe fasting and we all get our meal getting up from sleep at the last part of the night, and that meal is called Sahri. And to take Sahri is a sunnah work. That means Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam observed fasting, and he used to have Sahri and also encouraged her sahabis to take Sahri. Taking Sahri is sunnah for all Muslims. Our great Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that to have Sahri is blessings. You all have Sahri. Taking Sahri is blessings for us, and that's why Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam also used to take Sahri, and he also encouraged us to take Sahri. Sahri has to be taken before Subh Sadiq. Sahri, you can take Sahri whenever you want. It has an exact time, and the time is before Subh Sadiq. But this should not be it should not be taken so early that much time remains left after Sahri. Why? Suppose if you take your Sahri at the night, like 1 a.m. 1 a.m. and you go to sleep. What is happening then? You fall asleep and you can't get up for your Fajr prayer. Your Fajr prayer will be missed. So eating Sahri so early is not good. It's not the time for Sahri. The time for Sahri should be like that, just before Subh Sadiq. And there are many of us who can take their Sahri, who neglect their Sahri. It's not good, because taking Sahri is sunnah for us. Now the topic is Iftar. Iftar is an Arabic word which means fast breaking, and Iftar is that meal, the first meal after sunset during the month of Ramadan. In the Ramadan month, after sunset, when the Azan of Maghrib prayer is starting, then we breaking our fast, taking some meal, some drinks, and this meal is called Iftar. While having Iftar, we should take Wuju to purify ourselves, saying Bismillah, and finish it saying Alhamdulillah. There is a dua for Iftar. In your book, page number 44, the dua is given. I recite that dua. Allahumma laka sumtu wa alayka tawakkaltu wa ala rizqika aftartu. This means that, O Allah, I have observed fast for you and have taken iftar with the food you provided. we said Allah from by this dua we said Allah that we observe fasting only for Allah, and we break our fasting by that food that is given by Allah. We will get sawab if we entertain somebody with iftar while we take iftar. Our Prophet ﷺ said, the person who will entertain other with iftar will get sawab equal to the sawab the guest will get. While we taking our iftar, on that time, if we take our iftar from others, we will get the same sawab that other peoples get. And by this we gain Allah's closeness. The regions that breaks the sound. There are many regions for which our sound can be broken. What are those regions? In your book there are 7 regions are given, page number 45. Number 1, if we eat something forgetfully and think that it has broken the fast, and then we eat something willingly. In the month of Ramadan, sometimes we eat something unforgetfully, unconsciously, and we think that maybe our saum has broken. No, it's not like that. If you mean that, if you do that, your saum will break. Number 2, when the water gets into our stomach while we are rinsing. If any amount of water get into our stomach, then our saum will be broken. If someone forces you to eating something. Number 4, if one takes the sahri after the subh sadiq mistakenly, thinking that there is still much time left for sahri. Suppose you are late to get up and you eat your sahri and thinking that there may be enough time to subh sadiq, and you mistakenly something. If you do that, your saum is not perfect. Your saum is broken. Number 5, the iftar is taken mistakenly, thinking that this is the time for iftar. If you break your fast thinking that the iftar time may be start, if you doing that, your saum will be broken. Number 6, if a mouthful vomiting is done willingly. If you willingly vomiting too much, then your saum will be broken. Number 7, if one penetrates medicine or something into the rectum. In Ramadan, you can take any injection or blood, then your saum will be broken. Dear students, there are another some regions for which our saum can be makruh. Makruh means there are many reasons for the saum to make makruh. These regions make our saum makruh. That means our saum may be less important or less maybe light. Number 1, if we speak ill of others or do ghibat. If we speak ill of others, that means if we do ghibat of someone, then our saum will be makruh. That means we can't get the full sawab of our saum. Our sawab will be less. Number 2, if we tell lies or behave indecently or rebuke anybody. Number 3, if water enters into our body while we are gargling. While we are gargling or taking bath, if any amount of water enters into our body, then our saum will be makruh. Number 4, if we don't take iftar at the proper time. If we don't take iftar at the proper time, that means Maghrib azan of Maghrib will start, but you neglect your iftar. If you do this, your saum will be makruh. Number 5, if we put a wet cloth on our body to get rid of the warmth of the body, to rinse frequently. Nowadays it is very hot in our country, and in summer, during summer we have to perform our saum. It is very difficult, but some of us rinse some water or wear some wet cloths to get rid of from the heat of the summer. If you do this, your saum will be makruh. The next topic is the qaza of fast and kafara. The qaza, students, you know, we perform qaza for our salat, and like this, the qaza of fasting also can be performed. Qaza, if the saum is broken due to some unwilling reasons, or it is missed due to some excuse, then one saum has to be observed instead of the missed saum. This is called qaza saum. If you cannot perform any saum for any reasons, for suppose for your weakness or any unwillingly cause, you can perform this saum that you missed. That is called qaza saum. Actions that break the saum and kafara is necessary. When we perform qaza saum and when we give kafara for this. Number 1, if the person who observes the saum falls sick in the month of Ramadan, or travels, or unable to keep saum for other excuse. As I said before, if you fall sick in the month of Ramadan, or if you traveled for long distance, or or any other reasons, you are unable to keep saum, then you can keep qaza saum and kafara. Number 2, if you eat at dawn thinking that it is still night. If you take iftar after the sunset thinking that it is evening. As I said before, if you getting up from sleep lately and you think that the night is still remain and I can take sahri. No, it's not okay. If you take iftar after the sunset thinking that it is evening, it also the cause of kafara. Number 4, if someone forces any person observing saum to eating and he or she cannot but eat. Number 5, if water gets unwillingly into your stomach while you rinse. Number 6, if anybody eats something forgetfully and thinks that fast is broken and he or she eats again. Number 7, if something even of the size of grams gets out from the teeth and swallowed. When you eating something can be gets into your teeth, and if you eaten that even in the small size of gram size, then your fast will be broken. If your saum is broken for these 7 causes, you have to observe saum for the whole day and do the qaza later. If from these 7 reasons any one can happening with you, of course you have to observe saum for the whole day. Don't break your saum. You can observe your saum whole day and do qaza saum later. Now, what is kafara? If you do not observe saum willingly, and even if you break the saum without any reason, both qaza and kafara are farj. Students, if you broken your saum unwillingly, then you perform kaja for the saum. But if you willingly give up saum, then you then both kaja and kafara should be compulsory for you. The rules for kafara for saum are as follows. When you give kafara, to observe saum for 2 consecutive months, and number 2, if you are unable to do so, you have to feed 60 beggars to their satisfaction for twice a day, and number 3, to free 1 slave. How you can give kafara for one saum, one missed saum? There are 3 ways. Number 1, to observe some consecutive 3 months. That means you have to perform salat consecutive 60 days. Number 2, if you unable to do so, that means if you unable to perform salat consecutive 60 days, 2 months, then you have to feed 60 beggars to their satisfaction for a twice days. That means you have to feed 60 beggars for twice days. For twice a day. That means you have to eat 60 beggars twice a day. In a day, you have to feed them twice. Number 3, to free 1 slave. To free 1 slave. Students, if you missed 1 saum willingly, then any of the 3 ways you can get your kafara. Students, these 3 ways is very difficult. To perform saum consecutive 60 months is too difficult. To feed 60 beggars a day twice is also difficult. And to free 1 slave, it is also too much difficult. So you have to perform saum as you can. It is forged for all adult Muslim, and now saum is forged for you also. So you should not break any saum willingly. You should observe first and you should take your sahri and iftar just time that that our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam given to us, and if one observes the saum for the 2 months but 1 or 2 saums are missed, then the previous saums are also broken. For 1 missed saum, you have to observe 2 consecutive months. If you missed 1 day, then it is totally vanished. You from next day you again keeping your saum consecutive 2 months. Is it possible? I think it's not possible. So students, we should the kafara is too much difficult for all of us, so we should not miss any of our saum. We should perform our saum 1 month saum that is forged for us. Students, this is all about today's. See you in the next class. Okay, Allah Hafiz.